Pisces, stop. Do not scroll past this. Because what I'm about to tell you about your person, the one who has been living rent-free in your mind for weeks now, it is not what you expect. And I need you to hear this before the sun sets on August 11th, 2026, because the energy window is already cracking open. There is a text, there is a call, and there is a warning wrapped inside both of them that you absolutely need to understand before you respond. This is not a coincidence. This is not the algorithm being random. You were pulled here. Your spirit dragged you to this exact video because if you miss what I'm about to say, you will misread their message. And that changes everything, so stay. And before we go deeper, tell me in the comments where you are watching from right now. Drop your city, drop your country. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're ready. Because this reading is already unfolding. You felt it before you even clicked, didn't you? That little pull in the center of your chest, that quiet, almost annoying whisper behind your ribs that said, wait, wait, there's something here, and you almost kept scrolling. You almost let your thumb carry you past this thumbnail, past these words, past this moment. But something in you, something ancient, something that remembers who you were before this life even started, said no, not this one. This one is mine, this one is for me, and here you are, Pisces, sitting in front of the screen, heart beating just a little faster than it was 30 seconds ago. And I need you to know that you are not being paranoid. You are not imagining things. The reason this landed on your feed at this exact hour, on this exact day, August the 11th, is because your higher self has been negotiating with the universe for an answer. And the universe finally said, fine, I'll send it, but they have to be ready to receive it. And you are ready. You have been ready longer than you realize. Now, I need you to do something for me. I need you to notice your body right now, not your thoughts, not the story your mind is already building your body. Because the spirit does not lie through the body, the way the ego lies through the mind. And I'm going to tell you what has been happening in your physical form over the last 3 to 5 days. And I need you to be honest with yourself about whether this is landing. Because if it is, then everything I say next is not speculation. It is confirmation. You have been waking up between 2 and 4 in the morning, not because of noise, not because you had to use the bathroom, you just surface, eyes open, heart already racing, and there is this strange, hollow ache in your chest. Like you are missing something, but you cannot name what it is. You have been reaching for your phone more than usual, checking it, putting it down, picking it back up. Not because you expect a specific notification, but because your nervous system is bracing for one. You have felt this restlessness in your hands, in your jaw, in the backs of your knees. Like your body is storing electricity, it does not know how to discharge. And emotionally, God, Pisces, emotionally you have been so thin lately. So paper thin, a song plays and your eyes sting. A stranger says something mildly kind and you want to cry. You have been more sensitive, more porous, more open than you want to admit, and you have been blaming yourself for it, calling yourself dramatic, calling yourself too much. You are not too much. You are receiving. Your body has been tuning itself like an instrument because a frequency is coming in, and it needed to be calibrated before it arrived. That frequency is this message, and that message is about your person and the dreams. I cannot skip the dreams because they have been relentless, haven't they? For the past week, maybe 10 days. Your sleep has been thick with imagery you cannot quite hold on to once you're awake. Water. So much water, oceans, rivers rain against glass, the feeling of being submerged but not drowning, and faces. You keep seeing a face in your dreams. Sometimes it is clear. Sometimes it is just a silhouette. Sometimes it is someone who looks like them but isn't quite them. And there is this recurring sensation of almost speaking. You open your mouth in the dream, and the words do not come out. Or they do come out, but the other person turns away before they land. And then there are the numbers. You keep seeing the same sequence. Maybe it is on a clock. Maybe it is a phone number you almost remember. Maybe it is a date that keeps flashing in your mind for no logical reason. And during the day, the intrusive thoughts. You will be washing dishes, driving, folding laundry. And suddenly their name just drops into your consciousness like a stone into still water. No trigger, no memory you were actively revisiting. Just their name, their face, their voice. And you think, why am I thinking about them right now? I wasn't even. And then you stop. Because you were not thinking about them. They were thinking about you. And that thought crossed the bridge between your fields, because the distance between you two is not as vast as the silence suggests. It never was. I know you are tired, Pisces. I know you have been carrying this quiet, Private exhaustion of hoping in a direction where nothing seems to be coming back, of checking and rechecking, of rehearsing conversations in the shower that never happen, of telling yourself you should move on, you should be over this, you should be further along by now, and I need you to hear me when I say this. You are not behind. You are not foolish for still feeling what you feel. The reason this is happening now, the reason this reading found you on August the 11th, is because a cycle is completing. Something that was buried is surfacing. Something that was silent is about to make a sound. And I am going to tell you exactly what that sound is. I am going to tell you what your person is feeling, what they are preparing to say, and what the warning inside their message actually means. But I need you to stay with me, because if I give you the reveal before you understand the context, you will misread it. You will let your old wound interpret a new language, and that is not what this moment is for. So breathe, settle into your seat. Put your hand flat against your stomach if you need to ground yourself, because we are about to go deeper. And what is on the other side of this next section is the answer you have been praying for in the dark, in the quiet, in the hours when no one else could see you hoping. This is Trusted Tarot, and I do not pull these cards for just anyone. I pull them for the ones who are meant to hear them. And you, Pisces, are meant to hear what comes next. Now, let's talk about them. Your person. The one whose name you have been whispering into your pillow like a prayer you are not sure anyone is hearing. I need you to understand something before I go any further. And I need you to really let this land in your body, not just your mind. They have not been living their life the way you imagine. You have been constructing a story in the silence. You have been telling yourself that they moved on effortlessly, that they woke up the morning after everything shifted and simply continued, as if you were a chapter they closed and shelved, as if the weight of what existed between you two was nothing to them. And that story, Pisces, has been the knife you have been turning in your own chest every single night. But it is not the truth, and I need you to set that story down right now, just for the next few minutes. Set it on the table beside you. You can pick it back up later if you want, but right now, I need you to hear what is actually happening inside them. They have been unraveling, quietly, without posting about it, without telling their friends the full depth of it. There has been this slow, grinding realization building in their chest over the last several weeks, and it hit a breaking point around the 7th or 8th of August. Something shifted. Maybe it was a conversation with someone else that made them realize how much they had been avoiding. Maybe it was a song. Maybe it was a Tuesday evening where they were doing absolutely nothing, and your face just filled their mind so completely, so suddenly that they had to put down whatever they were holding and sit still. And in that stillness, something cracked. They remembered, not the highlights, not the easy parts. They remembered the way you looked at them when you thought they were not paying attention. They remembered a specific thing you said. Maybe it was small. Maybe it was throwaway to you, but to them, it became a sentence they have been replaying for days. And they remembered how they responded, or how they did not respond. And that memory is sitting in their throat right now like something they cannot swallow and cannot spit out. They are not angry at you, Pisces. I need you to hear that clearly. Whatever story your fear has been writing about them, that they resent you, that they blame you, that they have built a wall so high nothing you could say would scale it, that is your wound talking. That is the part of you that was hurt before and is trying to protect you from being hurt in the exact same configuration again. But they are not in anger. They are in regret. And regret is a very different energy. Regret is a door that is still open. Regret is a hand on the handle, turning it slowly, because they are terrified of what they will see on the other side. They are terrified because they know they owe you something, a word, a truth, an acknowledgement, and they have been rehearsing it in the car, in the shower, staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning, mouthing sentences to the dark. They have picked up their phone more than once, typed something, deleted it, typed it again, deleted it again, and you felt that. Every single time they did that, you felt a little ping in your chest that you could not explain. That was not indigestion. That was not anxiety. That was their energy reaching toward you and pulling back. Reaching, pulling back, and it is exhausting for both of you. And it is about to stop. But here is where I need to slow down. Here is where I need you to trust me and not rush ahead in your mind, because I can feel you trying to solve this, trying to predict what the text will say, trying to figure out if it is an apology or a confession or a goodbye disguised as a hello. And I understand why you are doing that. You have been blindsided before. You have had messages arrive that looked like one thing and turned out to be another. And you learn to armor up, to read between the lines, to prepare for the worst so you are not caught off guard again. But I am going to ask you to soften that armor, just slightly, just enough to receive what is actually coming without filtering it through 3 layers of protection. Because the message that is coming, and yes, it is coming. The cards are unequivocal on this. The text or the call is not a maybe, it is a when, and the when is very, very close. That message contains something you need to hear in its pure form, not translated through your fear, not edited by your old wounds, in its raw, unfiltered, slightly clumsy, deeply human form. And if you meet it with your shield fully raised, you will hear the fear in their voice instead of the love underneath it. You will hear the awkwardness instead of the courage it took to press send, and that would be a tragedy, Pisces. Because what they are about to say has been building for longer than you know. And before I tell you exactly what that message contains, before I pull the final card and lay the full picture in front of you, I need to pause here for just a moment. Because this channel, Trusted Tarot, is not just a place where you watch videos, it is a circle. It is a gathering of souls who decided that they would not navigate this messy, beautiful, terrifying spiritual journey alone. And if this reading is landing for you, if your body is confirming what I am saying, if you felt that little jolt of recognition when I described the dreams or the phone checking or the 3M waking, then I am asking you to join this circle fully. Subscribe, hit that bell. Not because I need the numbers, because you need the continuity. Because the energy I am pulling for you today does not end when this video ends. It unfolds over the next 72 hours, and the next reading will carry the thread forward. And if you are not subscribed, you might miss the piece that makes the whole picture make sense. So subscribe, come back tomorrow, come back the day after. Let this be your spiritual anchor while the waters are moving. And if someone in your life needs to hear this tonight, if you know another Pisces or a water sign, or anyone who has been waiting in the dark for a sign, send this to them. Be the hand that reaches back. Now, take breath, because we are about to open the final card. And what is underneath, it is the thing you have been asking the universe for in the language of tears, in the language of silence, in the language of lighting a candle and whispering, please, please, just let me know they still think about me. You are about to get your answer, and it is bigger than a text, it is bigger than a call. It is a turning point that has been building across months, and it is arriving now because you are finally strong enough to hold it without breaking. The card turns. The energy snaps into focus. And here is the reveal, Pisces. The text, the call, the message you have been agonizing over, waiting for, praying for it is coming today, August 11th. Not next month. Not when the moon is in a different sign today. But I need you to listen to me very carefully. Because this is where the warning comes in, and this is why you were pulled to this specific video. Your person is coming toward you, yes, but they are not coming with a grand cinematic, perfectly scripted declaration. They are coming with a test. They are going to reach out, but they are going to test the waters first. It might look casual. It might be a reply to a story you posted 3 days ago. It might be a random question about something you used to talk about, or a simple, seemingly low effort. Hey, how have you been? And this right here is the trap. This is the moment where your ego and your wounded heart are going to want to take the wheel. When you see their name light up your screen, your nervous system is going to flood with adrenaline. You are going to remember every night they left you on read. You are going to remember the silence, the confusion, the times you felt completely discarded, and your instinct will be to protect yourself. Your instinct will be to make them wait, to take 3 hours to reply, to send back something short, cold, and guarded just to show them that they cannot simply walk back into your life whenever it is convenient for them. You will want to punish them for the distance. But Pisces, I am warning you right now, do not do this. If you meet their fragile, trembling attempt at connection with a wall of ice, they will shatter. They will take your coldness as confirmation that they have ruined things beyond repair, and they will retreat back into the shadows. And this time, the silence might be permanent. They are reaching out from a place of deep insecurity, terrified that you have moved on, terrified that you have closed the door. Their casual text is actually a massive confession in disguise. It is their ego's way of saying, I miss you, but I am too scared to say it outright in case you reject me. You have to read the subtext. You have to look past the clumsy, awkward words and hear the heartbeat underneath them. Receive them clearly, not defensively. Drop the armor just for this first exchange. Give them a soft place to land, and watch how quickly the casual facade drops and the real, raw truth comes pouring out. And you might be sitting there wondering, why today? Why is this happening right now, in the middle of August, when you had almost convinced yourself to let it go? This is the divine window, Pisces. The universe does not operate on your timeline. It operates on energetic ripeness. The silence between you two over the last few weeks was not a punishment. It was not an accident. It was an alchemical void. You see, for a long time, there was too much noise, too much chasing, too much anxiety, too much unhealed energy bouncing back and forth between you. The universe had to enforce a period of absolute stillness to let the mud settle in the water. They had to experience the true weight of your absence. They had to try to fill that void with distractions, with other people, with work, with noise, only to realize that nothing fit the shape of the space you left behind. And you, beautiful, sensitive Pisces, had to reach the point of true surrender. You had to stop checking their social media. You had to stop rehearsing conversations. You had to pull your energy back into your own body and start tending to your own garden. The moment you truly let go, the moment you stopped pulling on the energetic cord, the slack was suddenly taken up on their end. That is the law of spiritual physics. When you stop chasing, they are forced to feel the pull, and that pull hit them like a freight train this weekend. The energy has ripened. The internal reckoning they have been going through has finally reached a tipping point where the pain of staying silent is greater than the fear of reaching out. This divine window is open right now because both of you have done the quiet, invisible work required to meet in the middle. The timing is perfect because you are no longer the same person who would have accepted crumbs, and they are no longer the same person who was willing to give them. This communication coming today is the bridge between who you both were and who you are both becoming. It is the first step of a return, but it is a return on entirely new terms. The anticipation you feel in your chest right now is not anxiety. It is your soul recognizing that the harvest is finally here. The seeds you planted in tears are about to bloom in the light. I know how tired you are, Pisces. I really do. I know the specific, bone-deep kind of exhaustion that comes from hoping in the dark. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. Because your soul has been working overtime, holding space for a connection that felt like it was slipping through your fingers like water. As a Pisces, you feel everything. You absorb the unspoken words, the shifted energies, the microscopic changes in someone's tone. And when the silence came, your intuition didn't just turn off. It went into overdrive. You have spent so many nights staring at the ceiling, wondering if you were crazy, wondering if you misread the signs, wondering if you were just projecting your own deep, boundless, oceanic capacity for love onto someone who didn't have the emotional depth to match it. You have called yourself foolish in the mirror. You have told your friends you were over it, you were moving on, you were fine, while secretly checking their last seen status every time you unlocked your screen. You have felt the shame of still caring. I need you to forgive yourself for that right now. Forgive yourself for hoping. Forgive yourself for loving deeply in a world that so often rewards emotional detachment and punishes vulnerability. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, and it is certainly not a weakness. It is your greatest spiritual superpower. It is the very antenna that allowed you to feel them thinking about you across the miles, across the silence, across the days of absolutely nothing. You were not crazy. You were not clinging to a ghost. You were just early. You were feeling the energetic shift before it had permission to manifest in the physical three-dimensional realm. And now, as this August 11th energy peaks and the veil thins, I want you to physically feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. You do not have to carry the burden of this connection alone anymore. They are stepping up. They are doing the internal work. You can finally put the heavy bags down. You are safe. The agonizing waiting is ending, and the beautiful receiving is beginning. Let that sink deep into your bones. You are not going to be left hanging out to dry. The universe has seen every single tear you cried when you thought no one was looking, and it is collecting them, turning them into the very rain that is watering this new resilient beginning. So, before this video ends, before you put your phone down and step back into the rushing current of your day, we need to seal this energy. We need to anchor it deeply into your physical body so that when the notification finally chimes, you do not panic. You do not spiral. You do not let the old trauma hijack your nervous system and make you say something out of fear. I want you to do this with me right now. Wherever you are, just pause. If you're driving, Keep your eyes on the road, but tune deeply into the cadence of my voice. If you are sitting, plant both feet flat on the floor, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Now, take your right hand and place it directly over the center of your chest, right over your heart chakra. Feel the warmth of your palm seeping through your shirt, into your skin, into the muscle that has been beating so fiercely, so loyally, for you through every heartbreak and every joy. Close your eyes if you can and take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. Draw the air all the way down into your belly, expanding your ribs. Hold it for just a second at the top, suspending time. And now, exhale through your mouth with a soft, audible sigh, letting go of the tension in your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Do it again. Breathe in the absolute certainty that you are loved, chosen, and seen. Breathe out the lingering fear of being abandoned or misunderstood. And as you keep your hand pressed firmly on your heart, I want you to repeat this affirmation silently in your mind. Say it with me. Let the words echo in your skull. I am open to receive what is truly mine. I release the need to control how it arrives. I trust the divine timing of my life. I am safe in the unfolding. Feel the truth of those words vibrating in your chest, creating a protective, golden shield around your aura. When that text comes, or when that phone rings, you will remember this exact moment. You will remember the warmth of your hand on your heart. You will take one deep breath, you will center yourself in your power, and you will respond from a place of grounded sovereignty, not frantic anxiety. You are the prize, Pisces. Never, ever forget that. They are coming back to you because the universe showed them exactly what they almost lost. This is the exact energy we are locking in today here on Trusted Tarot. The energy of divine return, of cleared misunderstandings, of a love that survives the harshest silence and comes back stronger, wiser, and infinitely more intentional. But energy needs a physical anchor to fully crystallize in your reality. And that is where your action comes. Inches, I want you to go down to the comments right now and type one single, powerful word to claim this reading and bind it to your timeline. Type the word receive. Just RECEIVE. Let that be your digital signature on this contract with the universe. When you type it, you are actively telling your subconscious mind that you are no longer operating from a state of lack or desperation. You are stepping into a state of allowance. You are ready and you are worthy. And if this message found you at the exact right moment, if it felt like I was sitting right next to you reading your private diary, share this video with someone who desperately needs a sign today. Be the conduit for their miracle, just as the algorithm was the conduit for yours. Make sure you are subscribed to Trusted Tarot, because the massive energy shift that begins today is going to unfold in layers over the next few weeks. And I will be right here to guide you through every single step of their return and the rebuilding of your foundation. You have done the hard part. You survived the silence. You kept your heart open when it would have been so much easier to close it. Now, let the universe do the rest. Keep your phone close, keep your spirit light, and watch the magic happen before the sun goes down on August 11th. I am so incredibly proud of you. I will see you in the next reading.